What's going on, everybody? Burt Byler and Chuggy D live from the Americondo. Man, October's been a hell of a month, Chuggy D.
I haven't had a day off in 6 weeks.
Oh my God. We started doing these interviews and I was like, man, maybe we can beg a couple people to come on here. Maybe like I can kind of come up with some reason that makes no fucking sense to me, but some reason why a songwriter that we all respect might want to come hang out with us. And then it's just been one incredible week after the next. And, you know, it's just October. We're going to remember October 2021, y'all. We're going to come back to this month and remember it. How you doing, Chucky D?
I've decided to use a different koozie for each beer that I drink tonight. So hopefully, by the time we mail these koozies out, they'll be
what you got over there?
Moist with the sweat of a drink from the diesel.
Why'd you have to say moist?
Can't trust him.
Everybody, we got some new koozies in the store. Look at how good those look. Come on now. If I can actually figure out how to show this right.
Yeah.
Got some new koozies. We got some new stickers that I'm going to be sending out to all the members here soon. Thanks, Benjamin.
But let's take a look at that koozie again.
Talk to me.
Yeah. If for anybody that's wondering, that is not how you use a fucking koozie.
I didn't want to, until I get a sponsor, a beer to sponsor me.
Right.
I'm kind of scared to.
You gonna keep it in the glass?
I'm so excited because our neighbor to the east, who we are going to be meeting in person here in November with Mr. Arlo McKinley. Everybody give a huge, massive round of applause for Mr. Drayton Farley. What's going on, Drayton?
What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, dude. I had a great day today. How you doing?
First off, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We've been having all these dadgum technical difficulties like crazy. We're gonna try to make it through and try to power through. But man, I'm so pumped that you're here. I know a lot of folks in our audience are incredibly pumped. We have a Discord thread where I let people ask questions or tell us questions that they think we should ask. And there were so many ideas for questions. But I feel like I need to start off with the most important question. Get right to the heart of the matter. And I have been told by Mr. Chad Dan himself that I feel like you need, or I guess my question is, how do you feel about birds?
Birds? I mean, they're government spies, man.
Coming in hot.
Simple. I mean, there's way too many pigeons.
Do they exist? Are they real?
Yeah, I think some birds are real. I mean, like exotic species, parrots. I think maybe even crows are real. Eagles, pigeons, and other common birds, doves. They're probably not real. They're probably mechanical spies.
Chuck Diesel saw one of your shirts that you had on the other day, right?
Yeah. Bird watching goes both ways, right? Is that what it was? Or what the shirt say?
No, that's another one. I want that shirt.
What the shirt say you were wearing?
It says, birds are not real. If it flies, it spies.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it said birds ain't shit. I don't know why.
LaPaz says he's legit.
That would actually be a badass shirt.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Does it exist?
A baby pigeon?
I've never seen.
No, because they come out of the government factory fully adult, right?
Yeah, I don't think they make baby spies.
Yeah, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. Where do pigeons come from? Anybody ever seen a pigeon be born?
Not me.
Not even a single video on the internet.
Damn.
All right.
I mean, to break out the whiteboard.
I know.
And the red yarn.
I've seen a bunch of random shit on the internet, but I've definitely never seen baby pigeons.
And you would think that you can find anything on the internet these days. Like if it existed, I mean, you could find it. All right. So, Drayton, we had a TK and the Holy Know Nothings on last week, and I remember asking them and talking to them about this music community that they had created in Portland. And Louis, one of the members, is kind of the old guard, and he was just kind of talking about how when Taylor, the lead singer of the band, kind of came through, and I mean, so he had so many people to mentor him, and like there was this community of musicians where they're all just supporting each other. I want to get straight into talking about making music in the South, because I mean, I don't know about you, but growing up in Mississippi, trying to make your own music in Mississippi is so damn hard. Here, it's either you're a part of a cover band or you teach guitar lessons at the guitar shop. And I would love to know what's kind of been how your entry into the music scene. How's that experience been like for you?
I mean, it's pretty similar to what you just said. It's I didn't grow, like, no one in my family plays music. I had an uncle, he picked around on guitar and just, drinking beer by a fire and Sweet Home Alabama and Simple Man and stuff like that. And when I first started playing, he taught me a few chords, but I didn't grow up with I didn't grow up singing in church or, grandparents playing music on the porch. It was just guitar was just kind of something that me and a few buddies kind of found at the same time. We were kids and started playing and just never really put it down. As far as a music scene, I guess for this kind of music in Alabama, there's really not much going on. I did play in a metal band in high school, and there was a pretty decent metal scene in Birmingham at that time. That was a real supportive community, but I think everyone that was kind of supporting that community, we all grew up and grew apart, and it slowly just diminished over time. So I guess you're kind of just left to your own devices. My device was just playing guitar. I mean, everyone, all my friends, they would be playing sports after school, and I would be playing guitar, and I just never put it down. And that just, over 10, 15 years, it kind of develops into what it is now.
Yeah, and so, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I remember you tweeted out something recently. Did you just recently quit your job to go full-time with music?
Yeah, I did. A Hard Up Life had been doing pretty good, and I've been booking some pretty good shows, and I just told my wife, I was like, I got to do this. It was getting really hard I was getting a lot of opportunities kind of coming my way that I couldn't really take advantage of because of the job. A lot of the shows that I was playing, things that weren't local, I was having to ask off work, get all that cleared with my job, and just to be able to even go and do it. So yeah, I finally decided, if I was going to do it, I had to do it now. Couldn't really wait too much longer. Waiting doesn't really get me anywhere.
We've been really excited about a podcast recently that Michael Palmisano did with Daniel Donato. I think that's how you say his last name. Mm-hmm. But one thing that Palmisano talks a lot about is, what was it, crossing the river and burning the bridges?
Right.
Or burning the boats. Sorry, burning all the boats. And man, I just wanted to say, badass, that's so awesome that you're going all in on music. I wish I knew what I knew now before, I had a family and had a son. Like, I can't do that now. Like, the whole just going for it, it doesn't exist for me. So that's awesome, man. And congrats for taking that step. And you got a lot of great shows coming up. We're going to hang out with you here in Jackson with Arlo and the fam. And I saw you. Did you play with Zach Bryan not too long ago? Y'all seem to be becoming bros, right?
We don't talk on a regular basis or anything. Basically, Zach, I saw that he was starting to book shows, and he booked somewhere in Tennessee. Just reached out to see if they needed an opener. They already had the spot filled, and then he announced Birmingham. I did the same thing, like immediately. Tried to see if they had an opener. They already had one, and then he announced Huntsville right after Birmingham. Or the Huntsville was the night before the Birmingham show, but when they announced the Huntsville show, just reached back out and they told me that they would circle back if that was possible. It was still a little far out. They just hit me back up and with an offer to open. So I was stoked, super excited. That was crazy, man.
Hell yeah, man.
No doubt, no doubt. So what were you doing? What was your job before you quit?
Right before I quit to do music, I was working for Safe Light Auto Glass. I was putting windshields in cars.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good job. It was Birmingham, so I mean, it was a good market. It was plenty of work. Good company, honestly. All my coworkers were really cool. Probably the coolest job I've had since like a grocery store in high school. That's what I was doing, putting windshields in cars.
Nice. What's it like? You come from like a blue collar background. Your parents, what do they do for a living?
My dad, he got into his stonework in his early 20s, granite and marble, and he worked for some companies doing that until him and his brothers, they all worked together. They eventually ended up starting their own company, and that's pretty much what they did until Dad eventually split from his brother's company. He started his own, and for the majority of my childhood, that's what Dad did was granite and stonework for himself. And he eventually just busted his back so many times he had to shut the shop down and get out of that line of work, lifting all that granite all the time.
Mm-hmm. What did he do after that? He retired?
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to think. So I didn't know my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's dad worked in the coal mines, and I believe his dad, my great-granddad, also worked the mines. My mom, I won't say she didn't work, because she worked her ass off. She had there's 5 of us kids. I'm the youngest of 5. So she had her hands completely full raising us.
No doubt. No doubt. Like Bert's wife got to raise him and this 18-month-old baby all the time. Speaking of, she's gone. We got to get our F-bombs out before she
get
gets
all
home.
the cursing out.
We got to get our curse words out. I think everybody in our chat probably knows where I'm going with this. I always draw like a line about hard work, whether it's like in the music business, whether it's like working on yourself. And I think that, the work ethic, the willingness to work is a social trait that's passed on generationally. I think that parents develop work ethics in children, and otherwise those children have to develop a work ethic the hard way. And, I feel like just listening to a lot of your writing, I feel like there's a lot of kind of understanding of this idea of like where we come from as a people, where we come from, not really so much of an elite society that we're a part of, but of the society that keeps that image afloat, basically the people who keep America running. And I believe a lot in that same work ethic, the type of thing that makes a guy good at his job, the type of thing that makes somebody work hard in the music business. You feel like your dad's entrepreneurial spirit pushes you on a little bit in the music game?
Absolutely, man. I mean, he was when you don't know really shit about music or the industry of music, and you're just kind of like, how do you even get music out there? Everybody thinks, you need to find a label, get a record deal. I mean, everyone that knows shit about music, that's what they always say when they hear somebody that they like. They're like, somebody sign this guy, get this guy a record deal. And I'm sure at one point that was probably the thing to get as a musician was a record deal, but that's just not the times we live in anymore. So, if someone wants to bust ass and chase it all on their own independently, I mean, I know you guys talked about it some video I was watching, a recent video you did. Hard work. Just because you work hard and you have the talent, you're not always going to make it. There's, I think, just a lot of stars aligning, luck maybe, but luck doesn't mean shit unless you're working hard and you have, I guess, the talent or the drive to the creativity. You got to have the product that you're trying to make and offer people. But there's this weird combination of all those things. I think hard work, luck, and just maybe we'll call it talent for the lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking my love language. Started to talk about the music business. So I know that you have found a lot of success with certain social media platforms that, and I was just wondering, for all of our musicians in the audience, what's been your experience like trying new social media platforms like TikTok, trying to build a following online? I was so blown away and so pumped when you tweet stuff like, I've got 1 million listens on Spotify and all of this incredible stuff. So like, how did you start doing something different? Because you're creating content on TikTok that I'm not seeing anybody else doing, and I'm inspired by, especially like the stuff where you're listening to your music and you may be driving a car or you may just be staring at a camera. And so tell us a little bit about how the newer social media stuff, how's your experience been like with all that?
It's all learning. I mean, like at one point, videos on Facebook, they would do excellent. Before I was really pushing like my own stuff, because I didn't really know what else to do, and I'd seen so many others do it. I was posting like every day on my Facebook page. I would post a cover video, and that was cool, and it got me, people liked the songs I was covering. They would like, comment, start following me on Facebook. But I found that like,
probably because you have an unbelievable voice, man. Your voice is
thank you, man.
Killer, seriously.
No, seriously, thank you. But I don't know, the TikTok thing, like honestly, my wife had TikTok, and she had just been kind of obsessed with TikTok, and I'd never even spent 30 seconds looking at that app. And she was like, she'd show me videos of people putting their music on there and telling people to go and listen. And she was like, I think you could probably benefit from TikTok. You should download it and try it out. So that's what I did. I make really cringy videos where I just smile at the camera or stare at the camera for 60 seconds.
Dude, they are not cringy, man. I think
it's cringy making it, man.
Just like
come on, dude. Like
a video staring for like 30 seconds, right?
I've been in the parking lot and like the light looked good, and I just was like, I have like a moment I can take 60 seconds and just draft up a video, and then I have to like check left and right, make sure no one's watching me because I'm about to be like smiling at my camera for a minute.
Welcome to my life, man. Ever since I started creating content on YouTube, there have been multiple moments where I'll look around and be like, all right, here it goes.
Well, it's just so abnormal because like even like live streams, this is cool because I can see you guys and like it doesn't feel like I'm talking to nothing. But like if I go live on, I think I've only ever done it like once or twice live on Instagram. That's just so awkward to me. Like I don't know. I'm like talking to nobody, but I have to speak as if I'm talking to a bunch of people, So it's just weird. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward.
The amount of hours that Chuck and I have spent in this room talking into a cell phone is dangerously scary.
We started live streaming some of our reaction videos when we record them on Saturday.
It's so weird.
Some of the people in our community who are like following on Twitch will be able to catch us on Saturday morning doing multiple takes of an intro or an outro or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And usually
weird, man.
Usually Bert's pretty good on one take, but the dude was just shit this weekend. I don't know who else was here for that, but God.
It was tough. All right.
I mean, that topic alone, like the weirdness of, and the double takes and triple takes of making videos, that's kind of why I did the TikTok things the way I did it, was because I didn't really know what to say, and I didn't want to really speak it because it just sounds weird and it felt weird. So, I mean, it's just a video, man. It's not even, I could have easily just taken a picture of me smiling and, put it up there, but I think just the text, people were on that social media platform at least, they see text on the video and they read, and I think if you line those words up right, it'll make them wonder what the next text block's going to say, and it kind of keeps them interacting. And eventually maybe they'll be like, well, damn, I like the song that he's trying to tell me to go listen to, and share it.
And you got a beautiful mane and beard. It's kind of hard not to be captivated by that. Okay, so
speaking of which, we got a question from the chat. They want to know, in your opinion, in order to be a real man's man, do you have to have a full beard or just the mustache? Will just the mustache do it, or do you have to have the beard to be a man's man?
Here, I'll take myself out of this. I'll let you duke it out.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I think either of those. If you have something other than either of those, then you're not doing it.
Come on now.
It takes either a good mustache or a beard to go with it. Like the goatee's not going to cut it, and the soul patch ain't cutting it. I will say the chops. If you have some solid chops, that'll pass also.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking about like social media and this new music industry, and we're in this I feel like we're still in. People think that social media has just been around for so long, but like we are in the wild, wild west of the music business and the internet as we know it now. What are you? What are some things that you're trying to do differently? What do you have any plans or any strategy of like, man, I want to do? I want my music business to be a little different than other people's. Like, how are you seeing your future with the internet and music and all that kind of stuff?
I don't really know, man. I don't really think too far ahead into like the internet presence part of it all. It's kind of, the internet changes so much. Like, it wasn't too long ago that TikTok wasn't even a thing. Now it's literally the fastest growing and fastest moving video platform there is. So I'm not like chasing, I don't know, like the next internet opportunity, I guess. I think, honestly, just take it kind of a day at a time, like whatever's working for you. And two, like, it really matters. Like, if you look at like my followers on social media, like every platform is so different. I mean, like, I barely have any YouTube subscribers.
We need to work on that, by the way. If we can help in any way, we need to work on it.
You might also repeat that question, because I'm not sure if I'm getting sidetracked from your question.
No, you're fine. There's just so many different ways to create a music business now. So like us, for example, we're doing a lot more commentary and a lot more talking about music and not necessarily touring and like the typical music business is you make a record, you tour, you hit the road, and you sell merchandising and you try to get a publishing deal and all that stuff. And now I feel like with the internet,
right,
you can kind of make up what you want. So obviously I have a son and I can't hit the road like I used to. So like I was just wondering if there's anything different that you wanted to try.
Yeah, I guess talking about hitting the road and stuff, like I have a daughter. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter and a wife, so I understand the struggle of, hitting the road and the possibility of it.
Yeah, and also like not saying that is wrong. I totally think it's awesome. It's not what I want to do,
Yeah, and honestly, like that's kind of, for me personally, like I told my wife, like I don't know how to get there. I'm hoping I will get there, but like I don't necessarily want to like go crazy on the road, like, playing 300 shows a year. I'm not really trying to do that. I think if I had it my way, I would hopefully get to a point to where I could kind of sustain myself and maybe do like one larger run like every year, and then just play like a bunch of festival gigs, stuff like that. As I want to travel and I definitely want to tour, but I don't want to get like so caught up in it that I'm always gone and hardly ever home.
Yeah, and it's a hell of a tough thing, man. Like, I don't think people get how hard it is to tour full time and to be gone. You look at bands like American Aquarium and a lot of these just road warrior bands that for 10 years play 150, 200 dates a year. And I got nothing but respect for those folks. But
For sure.
I cannot do it, man. I personally am not capable of doing it. What's been the most difficult part for you about being on the road? What are some of your biggest struggles when you hit the road?
For me right now, I haven't really hit the road pretty hard yet, I just recently quit. So up until recently, the biggest struggle was just the opportunity to like travel out of state and go do shows, having to get the time off work and stuff. And that was getting, I was having a lot of people try and book me out of state, and I was pretty much having to just turn them all down. Now that I'm kind of free to do that if I want to, I guess the biggest struggle really is just like it's just me, so I don't really have like a big team to plan everything. So I guess just kind of like the figuring out like the route and times and where am I going to sleep, that kind of stuff. The logistics of it all, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to get into it. Let's talk about the fucking haters, man. Let's talk about them. Can we talk about the song from your album, Hard Up, American Dream?
Which is my favorite song, by the way.
Which is a song I've been jamming a little too much, probably. You got in trouble on the interwebs for that, huh? Did people try to cancel you? People come at you?
Yeah, man. I got canceled. I don't know. They're haters, I guess, but I don't really care. The cool thing about a hater on social media is if the whole intention that you have with the video that you made was to keep it relevant, keep it in people's streams, keep comments coming, because when someone likes, shares, or comments on something, that's what keeps it relevant. That's what brings it to other people. So haters in a comment section really fuel the job you're trying to do. Someone tells me I'm an idiot because we're living on stolen land, and then that sparks this like huge argument between like 30 people, and now there's like 4,000 comments, and it's just getting spread. So I love haters.
Yeah,
Absolutely love them.
They don't realize that they're helping. Like anytime somebody talks shit on, like I've only ever deleted like 2 or 3 comments on YouTube before, just like ridiculous, hateful stuff. But every time somebody leaves a hateful comment, I'm like, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had one guy on TikTok on the original video I made about American Dream. This one dude, he duetted it, and he made his own video. And his video was like, he wasn't really like harshly hating on me, but he was basically just politely telling me that I was completely fucking wrong. And I went to his video and I just left a comment. I was like, dude, thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for the shout out, and left him like a fist bump emoji. And then he like he deleted his video. So.
Yeah, it's like you're living rent free in their head, man.
Oh,
living rent free.
Unfortunately. So what prompted you to write that song, to sit down? Where was your mind at when you came out? Honestly, those aren't Sunday school lyrics. That's you're really coming out with fire there. Again, I love it. I'm all about some fire. But where was your head at when you were kind of coming through with that?
Man, I was in a weird place, honestly. I had the job I was working on an assembly line, building Mercedes-Benz cars. Shitty job, horrible company. Um, and it was also like right around like the big Trump Biden election, uh, COVID kind of happening. It was a bunch of just everything was kind of like tense. Like there was no escaping this like gravity, this really heavy weight, I guess, in the air, this atmosphere. And I mean, I was just waking up everything that I heard, like whether I was sitting at home, like, talking to the wife about whatever the hell is going on. And everything just seemed really fucking negative for like so long.
Yeah.
I would go to work and I work around like 60 individuals all day. That's 60 fucking opinions. And all anybody wanted to talk about was the government or politics, religion, the police, all this shit. And it was just kind of like it was a weird spot, really, to be in and kind of consume it. It almost felt like there wasn't really any escaping it. And not like going home was escaping it, but still it was like a topic that was being talked about everywhere. So that, me and my wife ended up discussing those things too. And I was just kind of in this weird spot where I was just getting pissed at like everything. And kind of become like a little anarchish, I guess, towards it all. And I just started writing, and it started coming out. It sounds like a politically driven song. I guess it is. I didn't really think too hard when I wrote that song. I was just kind of bitching about, things that I'd been surrounded by for so long. And then, I don't know, that was one of those songs that just kind of flowed out. Like when I started writing it, it just poured out, which I like, and that doesn't happen, too much. So when that happens, I kind of like take heed and pay attention to what I'm saying. It felt very natural. It felt true. Like, so the lyrics that I wrote, I mean, it's kind of like a 3-topic song, but I tried to tie it all into where it would be like one song that's talking about this one thing, and it's pretty much just kind of calling out, in a way, the system that we live in, the society we live in, on some kind of controversial topics, I guess.
Yeah, Pam in the comments said, "I listened to American Dream today." But dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Like,
Yeah, man.
we're new to your music, and you're a sweetheart dude, man. You're a good guy who's out there trying to make great songs. And you seem like you have your head on straight, and I only hope the best for you. Where can people go find your music? What should the people do? Because we're a supportive group around here, and we want to help you out in any way we can.
You can go find the music on iTunes or Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, just wherever you get music, you can find my stuff there. If you haven't yet, just go and download it, listen to it, stream it. I have merch. If you go to my website, there's a merch tab. Website's just DraytonFarley.com. There's hit the merch tab. You can find some shirts. Everything merch-wise, unless you come to a live show, it's all done through Teespring right now. So there's designs in there that you won't get at a live show.
Me and Chucky D already we got some on the way. We were hoping it was gonna make it here before tonight.
I was gonna wear it. I was gonna wear it like a fanboy.
It didn't happen.
I was gonna wear it.
No, that's last Kentucky show I played. Someone had they bought the cheapest Drayton Farley shirt. I thought that was really cool.
I love that shirt.
But they showed up wearing it, and it was really pretty funny. Other than that, man, I mean, I don't want to ask anyone to do anything, but just follow my socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Uh, I'm also doing handwritten lyrics right now, so if anybody is interested in that, you can go to my Instagram profile, hit the link in my bio there, and it'll take you to the handwritten lyrics. That's pretty simple. I actually have some right here that I've got to mail out, but it comes in one of these. You pick the song, I write the lyrics, I sign the page, I ship it to you.
Let me just tell you, let me give you a little piece of advice that I've learned on the internet and being a part of this community. Don't be afraid to ask folks for help.
Or it's more like don't be afraid to accept their help because they're pretty pushy.
Yeah, man. So I told you about me and music earlier, and there's something weird about us musicians to where, you know, some people are just so spammy to where it's ridiculous how they're just always saying, like, buy this, do this, do that. And I think it kind of can get a bad rap for some folks. But for folks like yourself, and it sounds like you might be a little bit like me where you struggle, or I struggle to, like, ask people, like, hey, this would really help me out, or hey, go do this thing because it helps me.
Right, yeah.
This community has taught me that that's bullshit, and our job is really hard. Our business is really hard. There's just not a lot of money in it. None of us are becoming millionaires thanks to anything that is going on. And so, dude, ask. We would love to help, and just anything that we can do to help, man. We're all about that.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, it's always appreciated for sure. I mean, I feel kind of weird. Like, I'll post something about new shirts for sale, and then, like, next day I'm like, damn, I should advertise these handwritten lyrics. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not trying to, like, just spam everybody about merch and shit. But it's all there. I mean, hell, you can get it at any time.
But see, the thing is that to the people who love what you do, it is not spam. They're the same way that I have folks in this community that I know if I were to send them a message and say, hey, man, I got this thing I'm really pumped about. Go grab one if you'd like it. They would go grab it because they believe in what we're doing.
Right, yeah.
And you have folks in us and in our community that believe in what you're doing. So please give us ways to help, give us ways to support, and we're all about that, man.
Man, I really appreciate it. It's been good being on here too. Absolutely. The Kim Farley you guys were talking about, that's my mom, by the way.
I was wondering.
On your,
I was guessed like Kim. I was like sister, mom.
Coincidence.
And we had already been talking about having you on in our community, and that this past Monday, I had already had like a list of 5 people that I wanted to email, and you were on the list. And so when you reached out, I was like, what fucking world do I live in that these people that I want to come hang with us comments on my YouTube video? Man, it's just weird.
It's a conspiracy, man.
It's
some
weird.
Sort of
it's all because the birds.
It's the birds, dude. Man. Hey, real quick.
A bird actually came and told me.
Real quick before we let you go, can you shout out one metal band that these kids in the chat should check out?
Metal. I mean,
or a metal album or something.
What I call metal, they might not, but Knocked Loose is very good. They're a Kentucky. They're a heavy band from Kentucky.
Everybody's coming from Kentucky these days. I've been trying to tell y'all about Kentucky now.
There's also Kubla Khan, Texas. Awesome. Both of those bands just put out some new music last week or 2 weeks ago. If you like heavy music, go check them out. They're 2 of my favorites.
Knock Loose and Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan. I said it right the second time.
All right, dude. Well, I've got to send you a message on Twitter because we've got some plans for the Jackson Show with Arlo. We've been talking to them, and I want to run an idea by you. We've got a kind of secret we've been working on that we don't want to call you out in the middle of the internet. But I got a cool idea that I think you might like that I'm going to hit you up about.
Yeah.
because we're going to
Do it,
be at
man.
the Jackson show, and we might just make a week. Just go to the Oxford show, go to the Jackson show.
We might just do the whole thing. You know what? I can't keep the secret anymore. We want you to star in our burlesque review. Are you willing to do that?
Yes,
It's very classy. It's very classy, I promise.
Well, dude, the best to you. I'm just going to throw this out there. I know that there are not many people in the Americana and country genre in Mississippi and Alabama. I mean, you have like fucking Jason Isbell, and like that's all cool, but you know,
Yeah.
he's up there. If there's ever anything that I can do, or if there's ever anything that I can support in any way, please let me know, because man, I don't know. I cannot name you one Mississippi artist right now, other than like people who have been doing it for a long time, who are fighting the good fight like you are. So if I got to support a man from Alabama, and I don't really care about college football or any of that kind of stuff,
I'll do it.
Couldn't care at all.
but dude, you got a fan in me and a supporter in me. Let me know if there's anything we can ever do to help. You are more than welcome to come back here anytime, and it's just been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
Yeah, same here, man. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take it easy, man.
All right, see you guys.